What is up? So today, another non-important news day. So you can once again expect less movement. Still on the demo account, still learning the new system, the new way to trade, looking to just build conviction on demo. Part of me this morning was like, I want to go on funded, I want to go on the funded, but it's been one good day, so can't base everything off that. Yesterday, we had a good trade, aligned all the models, just was not good with our take profits. They should have been up there. So looking to replicate that today. Now, on the 4 hour, ES has just come into this 4 hour imbalance and taken this 4 hour low. NQ still respecting the same imbalance and taking the 4 hour low as well. We're currently respecting that 4 hour imbalance. Now, what I'm seeing here is the market maker sell model, and the 4 hour has been completed. We came up, left all these lows, SMT at the highs. As you can see, S&T at the highs, and then we've had our sell-off down to the sell side liquidity. So then what happens after that? The buy side starts again of the curve. We've come into a high time frame imbalance and took out liquidity. So let's hop on the 15-minute. As you can see, I'm a bit unsure today. I'm not as confident as I was yesterday. But at the minute, we've been respecting bearish confluences and disrespecting bullish confluences, which is draws lower. And that draw has now been hit. So what I'm waiting to see is how we react to these two 15-minute imbalances, or all of these on the 5-minute. I'm also looking to see how we react to this 5-minute imbalance when market opens. So that is what I'm looking at really. What I could be looking for is an SMT at this low maybe. That is not a buy side. Take this back because we've now taken that. So obviously this I believe is the internal model. You know, we've had consolidation, the sell-off down to high time frame PD array and liquidity. We're now getting displacement up, which is good to see. So I'd look to see a manipulation back down, then SMT, and then longs. Or if we come up to here and respect these, this is the draw. And this is the buy side of the curve. Come up and respect these, and then get SMT at the high, then sell back off again. So two different scenarios to play out. It'll be interesting to see how price reacts when market opens. That is what I'm looking at pre-market. I've just got these marked out just in case for short targets if shorts are presented to us. But this looks like the model that we will be trading, and then these as runners really. In the morning, or the London session, we came up to this 4-hour imbalance, S&P at the highs, and then sold back off again. Same as yesterday, really, pretty much, which I don't really like that it's exactly the same as yesterday. But I will just be waiting on the 5-minute, really, to see how we react to these imbalances, and then go from there. I'm a bit unsure as to what price will do when market opens today. And that's the whole point of being on demo, to build the conviction and build the confidence. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. As you can see, my trade was stopped. And I know exactly what I did wrong. I did not align the models on each time frame. Yesterday, the 4-hour, the 1-hour, and the 15-minute, and the 1-minute, all the models lined up exactly at the right time during market open for me to take the position. Today, the models lined up pre-market, and I don't like to trade pre-market. And there was no manipulation at the lows, there's no SMT. Anyway, so the best thing today was to not take a trade because the models did not align. There was no manipulation for trades to be taken. But here's what I saw. So we'll start off with risk. I risked 0.675% of my demo account, and we've lost. So yesterday we got up to 50,469. Today we're back down to 50,114, which is fine. I'm just all about building conviction with myself, building conviction, taking the positions, which is the important part. And this is a hit. Yesterday I was feeling good. I had good conviction. I was getting confident, and today I felt confident entering, and it was not meant to be, and that does take a hit because I was wrong, and it hurts when you're wrong. It hurts to admit that you're wrong, but I was wrong today, and I know where I went wrong. So we can get rid of that arc now, and this one. They mean nothing, those lines. They're just on there for representation of what I'm looking at. So obviously, the higher time frame model was we've just come down, taken out sell side, filled this imbalance. As you can see, this candle took out sell side, filled the imbalance, and then we had legs up. Yeah, I would have liked to see me to take a long and move lower into this imbalance, or this low at least, and have manipulation at this low. As you can see, ES came down and made equal lows with it, but NQ didn't. That's not really an SMT because ES still didn't take the low anyway. So there was no long entry, in my opinion. There was no place for me to go long, because there was no SMT, no manipulation that I could clearly see. Price is now coming up and taking out and fulfilling the buy model of those 15-minute external highs, because this is the 15-minute model. Sell side of the curve, buy side of the curve on the 15-minute. So what happened? Market opened and run through this imbalance, but then started respecting this imbalance. And I should have taken into account, right, we're disrespecting bearish confluences. And on ES on the 15-minute, we're respecting this imbalance, which was formed at 9:45. But we're respecting that. But this was respected after I entered anyway. So what I was looking at was NQ came up, this imbalance, started respecting it, and waiting for an SMT. And I don't really know. Yesterday was a 5-minute SMT, but today was this small 1-minute SMT right here. NQ still didn't take it there, but there's the high that was made, SMT, and then took it there, but then there's the high that was made. So I took that as my SMT. Here's the manipulation leg. Here's the change in state delivery right here. And then we closed this inverse, and I was going to enter on the pullback back into the inverse again. I got my fill back there. FOMO'd in a little bit on the entry, but ideally the fill would have been there anyway, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I was filled there. And then my first target was the external 1-minute low from this 1-minute model. This move up and this move down, or in this case, this move up, then this move down. But price didn't get there. So what I could have done differently, even if I took this trade, was target the top of this standard deviation range right here, which I had measured out anyway. 1.07, measuring the manipulation leg from the high to the low. And then there's that -2. You can see we hit that, and then we did reverse off of that. My first TP was here, so we were close. We were like $4 off. So, and I got stopped out. My second TP was this 5-minute imbalance, and my final TP was the low all the way down here. And once I entered, we had that initial sell-off down, and then we just came back up, chop, 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 and then Then price finally distributed higher. So what did I do wrong? I didn't align the higher time frame models. The 4 hour was screaming bullish off this sweep and massive rejection. The 1 hour as well. We've just completed the sell side of the curve, came down to the high time frame PD array, came down to the sell side liquidity, and now we're pushing back up again. 15-minute, as I said before, you know, this was the sell off, the sell side of the curve, and then this was the buy side of the curve. So the ideal place to enter in was down here somewhere during pre-market. I'm not sure. I'm 1 minute already on ES. Now, there's no SMT at these lows anyway. So the ideal thing to do today was not to take a trade because the models did not align. And that is the important thing to take away. We can talk about ES quickly. So ES, once again, we pushed up into that 15-minute imbalance. We respected it. You know, we didn't run through it. We were just chopping within it, put in that small SMT, and then we're changing the state right there. And then we made equal lows with those 5-minute lows right there that I would have liked to see to take along from. Equal lows, and then respected this imbalance for a while. Did not really run straight through it, so it was holding bearish, holding bearish, holding bearish. And then once we ran straight through that, price was a goner up to those buy side draws up there. So this is what we should have been trading. And I would have liked to see to take along, as I said, pre-market. Where's the... There it is. I would have liked to see an SMT at these lows to then get our push higher, or at least moves down into here and then longs up. Same on NQ. We were already in the market maker's buy model was present. I took a short lining up with the 5-minute, seeing this as the sell model, which was wrong anyway, and was not aligned with the 4 hour, the 1 hour, or the 15-minute, and then the 1 minute as well. This is what we should have been trading. But a setup did not come during market open. Because if ES took the low and NQ didn't, I would have looked to I would have reevaluated my position, as that's what aligns with the higher time frame bias and the higher time frame model. But it didn't. This was the obvious model, and there was no point where we could enter because there's the change in the state of delivery. There's this inverse imbalance right here. Didn't really pull back into it though. That's pre-market anyway. So there's times where the model presents itself pre-market. In this scenario, it did, and nothing came of market open. So that is a lesson learned. Align the models yesterday. Everything was in line. Yesterday, everything was in line, and today, it was not. So maybe something else. 5-minute SMT for the manipulation leg, maybe. Instead of a 1-minute SMT. So there is lessons to be learned. I am guessing Justin didn't take a trade today. I'd like to think he didn't. I'm unknown yet on what Justin did. But I can imagine he was wanting longs off of this sweep and this imbalance being filled, and this is the higher time frame model. So, lesson to be learned, it is only day 2. It is day 2 of trading like this, and it's important. I'm on demo, so it doesn't really matter. It does hurt the confidence a little bit. It has hurt the confidence just a little bit that it's a loss after such a good win yesterday. But you know, it's still part of the process. I'm encouraging these mistakes as it shows me there is still a lot to learn and recognizing the model still. So that is my trade recap. Rough one, you know, but we know exactly what we did wrong. The models weren't aligned. We did not align the time frames at the right time, because the right time to execute was pre-market, but there was not even execution anyway. And then there was no manipulation at lows to give us the SMT, to give us the long. So going into AM session, I'm sure you'll see in the video, I was not that confident in what I was looking at. What I would have liked to see to take a long didn't happen, so there should have been no trade because the higher time frame model was bullish, and I knew that going in. I knew that going in, but there was not an opportunity to take a trade because there was no, as I said before, there was no SMT at lows because ES made equal lows, and NQ didn't take it. If ES had taken this low right here, because what time is this low at? It's these lows right here. This 5-minute low. If he has to take, I keep marking these wrong. That is not buy side. But ES didn't even take these lows. Yes, there was. ES took those lows right there. So there was an SMT off of these lows, but they're 1-minute lows. It's not the 5-minute low. It's not strong, you know. So, but then ES did do that. There was a change in the state right there, and this imbalance was respected. So that would have been the entry for the long. Stop there, and then targeting up there. So the internal draw, and then the external draw up there. So that's off a 1-minute low. A random 1-minute low from pre-market. Not really. If it was a 5-minute low, then yeah. If ES took this 5-minute low, I would have longed. I was already in a short at this point, but if ES had took this low and NQ hadn't, I would have reevaluated. Because they are literally equal lows, as you can see. Low 5876.25, low 5876.25. So took the wrong trade. The right thing was no trades because the models weren't aligned. Lesson learned. Align the models. That's the most important thing. Align the models. So going into tomorrow, that's what I'll be focusing on. Identifying the model on each time frame and lining them all up. So catch you tomorrow.